Hello, this is Zane from Ninjago. You're listening to the LNK Morning Show on Kost 103.5. One more. Hello, hi friends, this is Zane from Ninjago. You're listening to the LNK Morning Show on Kost 103.5. One more. Hello, this is Zane from Ninjago. You're listening to the LNK Morning Show on Kost 103.5.
Awesome.
Nice.
I love how your hand goes, hello.
Hello.
Wait for it.
So
This is his world.
Wait for it.
This
I
is
see the
Zane's
little
world
Lego
now.
hand. It's so cute.
Wait, friends, I'm about to speak.
I kept thinking you were gonna go like beep boop or something.
Well, usually I'm used to like 10 other voice actors around, so I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
Don't do a fart joke. I'm about to do a line.
Yes.
Which is what's normally like for me.
Thank you, Mr. Manno.
I'm very excited to be joined in studio by the team, and I'm going to let you guys kind of tell us what your role is exactly, but the team from Ninjago.
Yes.
The Lego Ninjago movie is open. We have George, Dan Cassidy, these two are brothers, and Brent. He plays Zane in the Ninjago TV show.
The television adaptation.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
I mean, really,
Did I get it right? I got it right. I got yours right, right?
That's
You are
kind
true.
of a backwards
I
way
am-
to say it, I guess.
I am Brent Miller, and I play the part of Zane.
Okay,
That is true.
And then these two, you guys are responsible for some of the music. And I want you to tell me how much of the music. I know you do. Tell me what you do.
I think the common misnomer is that we would also be in charge of the scoring, but that's two other guys.
Mark Mothersbaugh of Devo did the movie, is that correct?
Oh yes, he was involved. Yeah,
Yeah.
There was a lot of electronica going on. It was
Yeah.
very fun. Oh, whip it. But yeah, we got involved very early as Brent here, just singing the theme song. That was our first
Dude, it was
intro.
like 7, 8 years now.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
2011, and it was just a demo.
Right.
That demo ended up on Cartoon Network, and it was very embarrassing. I got to rectify the situation, and actually we got to re-record it as a band, a full band. Full to five. We got to go to Denmark, make a big budget music video, which is
I
out
remember
there
that.
on the internet. And so since then, it's just been up. The
Yeah.
show is like taken on a life of its own.
I want to talk about that in a second, but before we do anything else, I want to kind of give a little context to this. I want to walk it way back. I was working at a radio station called WONC. It was our college radio station. There was a band called Show Off, and I was in love with Show Off. They had a video on MTV.
Those guys were such show-offs, man. I did not love them. They showed off all the time.
They were from a nearby town to where this college radio station is, and we put together a show, and Show Off came to the college radio station. I was super excited. Like, I couldn't believe I was going to meet and interview Show Off, and this guy played drums for Show Off.
No! Really?
Yeah.
Past life.
Oh, that's awesome. You were in the show-off?
Yeah.
You know
Man,
Show
I
Off?
love show-off.
Really?
Oh man, I went to bed every night listening to show-off because they were such show-offs.
I can't tell if he's being serious, but I just want to say that it's wild. Here we are, in Los Angeles on Kost 103.5.
Life is good.
Life is weird.
Yeah,
Life is
life
good.
is weird.
Hey
Yeah.
man, I'm not the interviewer here, but can I ask Dan a question about that?
Please.
Where'd you get the name show-off, man?
Our singer was a show-off.
That is
I
true.
had to call him out, and so I picked the band name, and somehow he agreed to it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So you guys are in town for the premiere.
Yeah, so way forward.
Yeah.
We got involved with the show as our band is The Fold,
Yes.
and The Fold was what happened when I moved from drums to lead vocals. That happened in 2005. So yeah, the show came up. And it gave us an opportunity to get involved in TV and film. My brother and I are the key songwriters in the band, and that's what we want to do, is just be writing all the time for all things. All the writing. And so this movie happened because the fan base has been so awesome and loyal to Ninjago, the TV show. They were a candidate to have a movie made in the spirit of the Lego movie and Lego Batman. And so we are out here for the premiere. Found out our theme song is in the movie as well. So
That's so
That's
awesome.
the reason for our trip.
God, that's cool.
I'm just here because I'm like a total fan of the Fold. I phoned them up and I'm like, please guys, just let me hang out with you for a few days.
How did you get involved? Like, how do you how do you land the part of Zane in the TV
Yes.
show?
Well, I'm a voice actor.
Yeah.
And so I voice act, and yeah.
Yeah. All right. Any other notable? Like, I mean,
I'm just kidding. I'm years ago. I mean, I auditioned for parts all the time.
Yeah.
So Zane came up. He was actually my 5th choice for what I was going to read for characters. Like I was like, this guy. I don't think I'm going to get this guy, but I obviously did. Fast forward many seasons and moons later, and I'm here because I have a YouTube channel. So I interview like castmates and everybody involved in Ninjago. So these guys have a YouTube channel, so we decided to do a little collab, and
it's cool. You didn't need to defend why you were here. I wasn't wondering why.
well, no, actually, I am like the super fan, and
you know what I found interesting?
It's been awesome.
Your in one of your Instagram posts the other day at the premiere, you said that it was good to finally put a face with the people you've worked with from a distance.
Yeah, it's always something where we get scripts and we're reading and we're watching them, but it's always from a distance. So that was the first time we met the composers in person, and the first time we met Zane, Brent Miller here, and the writers for the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, putting a face.
So how does it work then? Like so let's say you guys write something for the show. Do you write to something? Do they show you something and you write to it? Or do you write and they go, we'll see if we can make it work?
It starts with the script, and then we kind of go from there, let it build, and then eventually we see like some blocking, they call it, where it's like a rough version of what it's going to be in the end. So yeah, depending.
Yeah, we'll mostly write our songs, but there's been situations where we were writing a song to a scene, so that gets a little trickier. But mostly we're just writing pop songs.
And then how many back and forths is it? I mean, does it get to the point where you're like, this is annoying?
Oh, it has.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great team, and they're all really passionate, so we feed off of that. I mean, mostly it's just been awesome experiences.
Talk about the rabid fan base, and maybe all 3 of you can give like little thoughts on that. But it just seems that if someone is into Ninjago, they're in.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, like when we started this thing, like we were getting reports of like Wednesday night. This is like back first season.
Yeah.
As the actors, we'd go in to record and be like, we're like 3.5, like 4 million views on a Wednesday night, 7:30 time slot. And we're like, whoa, like that's pretty good for a cartoon show, right? And then it just kept growing and growing and growing. And then, like, puts you this way, like years ago when people have like little kids, I'd be like, you might not know this right now. You don't think I'm cool, but in a few years from now, I'm going to be the coolest in your world. So because it's gone on so long, I'm the coolest everywhere.
Yeah, and it's been fun to say that to little kids at parks.
Because I'm officially in the show-offs.
I bet.
That's why I'm so cool. I should be in the show-offs.
Hey kid,
Do you know who I am right now?
Yeah. But it's probably gotta have like been a good thing for the Fold just as a band. Here's why I know, or I guess little pieces of it. So when Dan was on with us a couple weeks ago, he called this kid who was into Ninjago. You guys posted that little clip, and I was seeing all these things on Twitter like, that would be so cool. Hello from Thailand. That would be neat. Hello from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Like this, it's instant and global.
It's all over. Yeah, we had this vision like when we first started doing it of parents and kids kind of like enjoying what we're doing, and it seemed at the time like so far off.
Yeah.
But now 7 years later, some of the kids have grown up, and the parents are into it as well. So it's like generations passed, and
there's a lot of young fans, like people that they started like 8 years old. Fast forward 7 years, or they start at 10. We have a lot of 17, 20-year-old fans because they kind of grew up. It's kind of like Harry Potter. They kind of grew up with the series, and as the series went on, it got a little darker.
I was just going to ask you guys, who was your Ninjago as a kid?
Ooh, that's good.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for sure. For me, George. For me.
Yeah.
Transformers.
I never.
I got to play. I got to be a Transformer. That was
Did
cool.
you really?
Yeah, that was cool. The very first time I said transform, I was like, I would literally do this for free.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is my entire childhood.
That's
awesome.
That's cool.
I was mostly into just like watching Oprah.
I knew it. Show off.
And it's funny. I feel like there were certain kids there were camps. Like I was into wrestling, WWE, right? I was big into wrestling, but like I had friends that were into Transformers.
You still are, right?
Thank you, George.
That explains why he has his shirt off when he keeps going pounding his chest. Now I get it.
Keep that quiet. But I remember, like,
Pacing back
I
and
had
forth.
one of my really good friends, Brian Hansen, was really into Transformers, and he always wanted to play Transformers, and I never, it's like my brain didn't, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I'm not here to
You
bag
didn't go
on
around. You didn't go
Not
around
any-
Same way.
You didn't make those noises?
No. Like, I know there's Optimus Prime.
Oh, yeah.
For him.
Huge.
I know there are the Decepticons.
Yes.
Am I in the right neighborhood?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
about all I know.
Brent, do you remember GoBots?
I do.
Those were cool. Those were like rip-off Transformers.
They
Is
were
that what that
rip-off
was?
Transformers. That toy
I was
line came out.
fascinated by that.
What?
Yeah.
The
You
direct
like them?
derivative, I just think it's funny that they existed. Like, did that really happen?
It did.
Yes.
Like, how are there not lawsuits?
Could you have imagined, and maybe this is directly going to Dan, but like, could you have imagined, you know, all of the bands, the local bands, the weird gigs, the miles and miles up and down the road in a van?
We can't pay you tonight, but it's going to be great exposure.
That's it. That stuff, right? I'm sure I probably said that to you a couple times too. But could you imagine that this is where you would end up? You're in Los Angeles for the Hollywood premiere of Ninjago, in which your music is featured. What a strange path, right?
There's been so many moments like that this weekend, and all we can just do is just have gratitude, because it's been a weird path. Not the original rock star dream, but like so much cooler in a lot of ways.
Yes.
And the fact that we get to kind of pour into these kids' lives now as they grow up, teach them about the punk rock we loved, and
Right.
even the positive message that we have grown to, you know, adopt in our own lives.
Yeah.
Now we get to do that for them, and it's been
Awesome.
huge.
Are your own kids into Ninjago?
I feel like they want to brag a little bit about it, but they don't like it. Like, they wouldn't watch it if they didn't know Dad was
Yes.
on TV in
Right.
some small way.
Got it.
Maybe they would watch it if we weren't involved, though, Dan. Is that
Yeah.
possible?
Who
Oh,
knows?
that could be the opposite
Like
effect. Like,
rebellion
no,
against
Dad,
Dad.
yeah, no, that's not cool because you're involved.
Yeah.
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 We'll never know.
It's a chicken and the egg. I can't.
How old
Yeah.
are they?
4 and 7.
Oh,
4
okay.
and 7 years old.
I have a 7-year-old too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Boy or girl?
A little boy.
Awesome.
I have a 9-year-old girl and a 7-year-old girl or boy. But our friend, his friend, is addicted and wants to be a Ninjago character every year for Halloween.
Nice.
Crazy.
Well, which
See,
one?
like,
Which
stuff
one?
like
I'm not
that.
sure, but
He's
I
looking
know
for you to
last
say
year he
Zane.
was.
I'm
That's
looking.
right.
He knows it.
All I know is that his mom is against it, and I'm like, just let him live. Like he just
Against
wants
it?
to be-
Why?
Oh.
Because she's buying a different color costume every year.
Oh.
So he probably has been Zane, Brent.
But no, do you want to know something
But
about
he
the
was
show?
the movie Zane.
Honestly,
Oh, no, you did not.
Ouch.
oh no,
Ouch.
you did. You know, honestly, what's cool about the show is that, like, I get this all the time. You're the favorite, or you're not the favorite, or Kai's the favorite, or
Yeah.
the best is when people send me fan mail and say, "You're my third favorite." I'm like,
Oh.
oh, thanks, I
Yeah,
guess. But the fact that the characters relate so well to other people, so you know, someone's a favorite, someone else is a favorite. I don't really care who the favorite is, as long as you like the show.
Right.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter, you know, because everybody can relate to a different character for different reasons.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it a good show.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. That's not. It's when they say you're my favorite, or you're not my favorite. That's not an indictment on you,
No,
on Brent.
no, and I don't care, because all characters help a story
Totally.
go, right? And,
Yeah, yeah.
and our writers, the Hageman brothers, are fantastic. They did the show Troll Hunters with DreamWorks as well, so they're kind of like the go-to guys right now, and they do amazing work. Like the new stuff we got coming up is like, fans are gonna love it. Guys, anybody here listening right now, you are gonna love it. I promise you. Zane says you'll love season 8. Thank you.
That's awesome. What was the weirdest, most surreal, most bizarre, kind of, I don't know, odd thing that you've seen since you've been out here? Usually you have a...
Out here?
Yeah, since you've been here this time. Like,
I
was there
keep
a...
running into that cat lady who got a lot of plastic surgery. That's not that weird.
Oh, did you really see... I don't know who that is. Did you see a cat lady?
Yeah, they call her the cat lady. She's just
Oh.
like kind of had a lot of plastic surgery.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
We saw Perez Hilton and his
Ah,
son.
you did?
I saw Perez in his suit.
Yeah, and
He looked awesome.
his son had a matching suit, and he had a lock of long hair in the front, which was, I guess, a new look for him. I'm not up
No.
to date, but
His son?
no, Perez. Had
Oh,
like a
Perez.
long
Yeah, yeah,
lock.
yeah. No,
But
yeah.
that was
You've seen
surreal to turn around and see him on the
Yeah.
red carpet. It was
Yeah.
like,
Oh my gosh, I saw these guys named Dan and George. They're in the fold. They're so crazy hot.
And they're here. Anything you guys want to promote while you're here? Your website, your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram,
Well,
the movie.
I was going to ask, like, what's the best way to give you fan mail?
Ooh, we did just get a P.O. box.
Really?
Hit it. Give it all.
244, right?
244, P.O. Box 244, Lombard, Illinois, 60148.
See, snail mail still exists. I
I
love
love
snail
We're bringing
mail.
it back,
Yeah.
you know? And we're at thefoldrock.com, thefoldrock on Instagram. That's been kind of our main mode of conversation these days.
And everything else is at The Fold, Facebook and Twitter.
Very good. Zane?
I am on YouTube with a channel called Brent Miller Voice. If you search me up, and I do things with my castmates and other people associated to the show that's very popular and voiceover world in general.
Beautiful.
So,
Yeah.
Brent Miller Voice on YouTube, please.
Cool.
Come
See
check me out.
him in what season are we approaching? 8?
We're in season 8,
Yeah.
and I just actually, that's all I better say.
Okay,
Just check out
good.
my YouTube for more.
Yeah, good. And then see the Fold and hear the Fold in the new Lego Ninjago movie.
Yeah, man.
In theaters, September 22nd.
Thank you, George. It's Kost on 3.5. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks,
guys.
man.
Cool.
That was fun.
Thanks, Ryan.
There's our boss staring at us through the window.
Maybe we should actually
I'll
record it
bring
now.
him.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
not gonna
can we do
record it
that?
now?
You got a one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not
Did-
hit record.
Yeah, I thought so.
Before you leave, no, I was kidding.